All right, here we are again.
At Coury's place.
Yeah.
Coury's got a number of old magazines from the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Game Fan, Sega Visions, and, I, at the time, was still Nintendo only. So I was kind of missing, like, the Sega and PlayStation side of things during that time. I didn't get branched out to other things until later. So we're going to take a look at a few of those. First, we're going to look at a Sega magazine.
Yeah, Sega Visions.
Sega Visions,
which is like the Sega equivalent of Nintendo Power.
But much thinner.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
All right. So we're going to be looking at June and July 1993 of Sega Visions.
So 93, this was like, at the time, I still only had a NES and Game Boy. This is, middle of the 16-bit generation. But I didn't even get a Super Nintendo until late 94. So I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to what was going on in the 16-bit realm at the time.
Yeah.
Let alone Sega.
Right. And, I didn't actually have a subscription to this. I only had the first issue because it was given away for free.
Is this the first issue?
No.
Okay.
The first issue was very early in the Genesis life.
Okay. So, first look at Jurassic Park Genesis.
Yeah.
That game's not considered very good, is it?
No, there was a kind of like a redo of it, like the Rampage edition or something like that. All right, let's make sure we keep it right in frame.
Yeah.
Well, hang on.
Well, is there something to say here?
Tengen was coming off of everything that happened with Nintendo, and
right. They released legit games for
and it was kind Sega. Of they thought of it as it's kind of a big deal, I guess. Mm-hmm. But what is there the other side? What's the world coming to when it's easier to get a Sega seal of quality on a video game?
So they're saying it's hard.
Yeah, well, they're saying hey, Nintendo wouldn't let us do this.
Huh.
Got some Terminator in here.
Sneak peek of Joe Montana's football.
Yeah.
CD.
So Flying Edge was a part of Acclaim, and I think that they had a lot of other names because they couldn't release so many games under a specific name. That was kind of a Nintendo rule, where they could only release like 3 games a year or something like that under one publisher name. So they started coming up with other...
Right.
And Flying Edge was part of Acclaim.
Interesting. Did Sega have similar limitations?
I don't think so, but I think it was just I don't know.
So this is very similar to the Nintendo Power Player's Pulse. That at the time I didn't have Nintendo Power until late *96, but this people just saying stuff. What is? This kind of looks like an iPhone. It's like predicting the future. What is this?
I don't know. I don't know if anything's have to do with anything.
Yeah, this doesn't look like Sega products.
I don't know. We got Godzilla down here though. Oh, there's actually a mail about it.
Oh.
What was the last Godzilla flick you saw?
We saw Shin Godzilla
last night. The last one that was released in the United States was Godzilla in 1985. In fact, 3 more Godzillas followed Godzilla in 1985. Interesting. Like, it's just...
They're just telling people, hey, there's more Godzilla movies than
that we haven't
you saw
seen
in America.
Yeah. Or in the theater, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, the first Genesis X-Men.
Really? Is it good?
I'm not sure if it's this one or if it's a sequel, but it had a very weird trick to beat the game. You had to play to the end, and then you had to hit the reset button, and then it unlocks the last level.
What? That's dumb.
I don't know if it's the first one or the second one, but it was kind of might have been the second one, which I think is Arcade's Revenge. Bulls versus Blazers. That was the second. I think the first one was Lakers versus Celtics.
Jam with the best in the NBA, but this is not NBA Jam.
Right. I think that's them
playing on the NBA Jam. Was NBA Jam already out?
I don't know. But Bulls versus Blazers is the second or third one. It was the second or third EA Sports basketball game. I didn't play any of them really. I played Madden and NHL, but none of the other ones.
So this is just like okay, so I was wrong about this previous section being like Player's Pulse. This is the fan letters with the fan envelopes. I mean, Nintendo Power did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Player's
Did they have
Pulse.
like envelope art?
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah, that was like such a big thing. I'd be afraid that it would get messed up.
Yeah.
Wouldn't survive the mail.
I actually read.
Look at this. Muscular Sonic has a Mario hat.
What's he saying?
Welcome to the next level.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff, Robotnik over here.
Hot envelope art.
It's pretty hot. And here's some more. Oh, look at, we got a
Alien.
No, that is that's, I think it's supposed to be Dark Force from Phantasy Star.
Oh, Dark Falls.
Well, Falls in the first one, and it would be Dark Force. Flashback, great game.
Never played it.
I have the Super Nintendo game. I had the Genesis version when I was younger, and I actually have the Sega CD version. The Genesis is considered the best one.
Honest, it really is a cartridge game.
Yeah.
Took 12 megs to make it happen.
So listen, I played this game when the same day when Electronics Boutique had a day where they had a whole bunch of demos set up, and I played this and Star Fox on the same day, and decided I wanted both of them. And they weren't out yet, but they were just demos.
It's so funny though to think about, back in the day when there was the whole thing about cartridges and CDs and people were kind of down on the limitations or perceived limitations of cartridges.
Right.
And in Nintendo, since they didn't have any sort of add-ons and their competitors were all going CD, they had to do stuff like Donkey Kong Country where a big part of the marketing for games like that was like, no add-ons necessary. You really are, getting these amazing graphics without the power of CDs. And of course, it wasn't really the power of CDs that was allowing you to do these crazy things. It was the storage of CDs. And of course, Nintendo worked around the limitations and developed new graphics tech. And, so they were always competing. You can do this without add-ons. Yeah. So that was a big thing back in these days. And even I, kind of remember that. So,
Jurassic Park, 93 was like Jurassic Park fever.
Yeah.
At the time,
I remember this when it came out.
And I didn't play this until several years later. And I in a lot of ways, I felt like Genesis games became worse as later in the lifespan. Like the sound got worse. They just felt and played worse. This is definitely an example that I thought was not very good when I played it. Mm-hmm. Although it kind of had, on the Raptors, it looked like digitized graphics.
So it's, it looks kind of like a platformer, basically.
Yeah. I don't really remember very much about it. I remember the Sega CD version more, which was kind of a first-person adventure-style point-and-click.
Okay.
There's more. Look at these controllers.
Raptors control pattern.
Yeah, you could play as the Raptors.
Oh, okay.
And Dr. Grant. So it's 2 games in one. There's even more. Look at these maps, though. These were kind of maps that were, Nintendo Power was well known for.
Yeah. And it's a good reason to still have your Nintendo Powers around.
I wonder if there's anybody on that team is currently doing anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so they have the digitized T-Rex graphics. It shows all these, it looks really good, but when you see it in motion, it doesn't look too great. It's just choppy animations.
Yeah, but at the time, that might have been kind of crazy to see.
Yeah.
Without any add-ons.
Yep. Over here we have
Batman Returns on Sega CD. What's up with the Sega CD version of that?
Well,
game?
I had the exclusive 3D driving levels that are ridiculously hard. But they were well known because they had a lot of scaling sprites and a really good soundtrack.
John Montana football.
And this was, it looks really good for a Sega CD game.
Yeah, it looks like it's got some perspective tricks going on.
Yeah, it's
kind of like I played the Batman and I think it was what was it? Batman
Adventures
Robin?
of Batman and Robin.
Adventures of Batman and Robin. I played a little bit of the Genesis game, and it's got this crazy perspective stuff going on. It's like different from what you see on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Mad Dog McCree.
oh man, I like Fast Draw Showdown better than Mad Dog McCree, but I am a fan of Mad Dog McCree. And this is for the Sega CD.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a good version. Probably not.
I bet it works. I don't know if it works for the Justifier or not.
If it does, that'd be pretty crazy.
I'm sure that it does.
Then
Or at least the Menacer. And over here,
Road Avenger.
one of the best games on the Sega CD. Not only is it a great game, but it has probably the best opening song of any game ever.
Any game ever.
I'd put money on that. At least to me. Oh, and the Sega CD version of Terminator, great game. Look at these screenshots though; they look like they were
Yeah, they don't look that
like
good.
they're definitely like taken from a composite source or an RF source.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of like these skulls in the foreground.
Yeah,
like, they're
it's
kind of
cool.
weird looking.
It looks cool in screenshots. It kind of looks weird in game because they move so fast.
Yeah, I mean, just from the screenshots, it actually doesn't look that impressive. Like, you could convince me it was the Game
I
Gear
played this on the
version.
stream one night.
Oh, briefly, yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good game.
Ram, so you see this in stores. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, this is a Sony game.
Really?
Yeah, Sony ImageSoft, and it has like this digitized characters in it.
Is it? Oh, it's Sega CD. It's pretty cheap for a Sega CD game, though. I want to say.
Yeah.
I think I may have been thinking of it. Is there like a regular cartridge version of this?
I don't think so. At least that it has these graphics with it. It might be totally different.
Just review it. There's some upside down text here.
What does it say?
What does it say? It says, if there are enemies on screen when you try to exit an area, you will not be able to leave. Clear out the enemies first, then exit. Hot tips. But
Yeah.
you have to turn it upside down to read it.
I wonder if that was a mistake.
I feel like I don't know what the deal with that is.
Because that's not... It seems like if it was upside down, it would say something about it being upside down.
That's so weird.
Oh, and Echo the
Echo
Dolphin.
the Dolphin. You know, it was only a few months ago, I want to say, that I learned that these were Western developed games. I
Yeah.
had no idea. I just assumed they were Japanese.
It's pretty good. The Sega CD version, which is like this one that this is talking about,
Mhm.
had a really great soundtrack. I was listening to a podcast recently. I can't like VG Empire, and they were talking to Spencer Nilsson, who was the composer for a lot of the Sega CD games, and about how they made the entire soundtrack for this not using instruments.
Wow.
Like that was kind of they wanted a very organic sound, so they used other things to make.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those are games that, look interesting to me, but I've played a little bit of the first, and it's pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think I have not spent a lot of time with the
There's a
second game.
Dreamcast game, isn't there?
Yes, and it was also ported to the PlayStation 2.
Is it considered any good?
I don't know. My brother has played it.
Okay.
And actually, I had the Genesis version for a long time, and it was my brother's game. Like, he bought a game for my system,
Oh, wow.
and it was his. Oh, a great game.
Final Fight CD. You streamed a little of this, too.
Yes. In my opinion, this is the best version of Final Fight. I think it's better than the arcade because of the CD music. The colors are kind of weird. It's struggling with the Genesis color palette. But I think it's the most fun version of the game to play.
Play it if you dare. This is advertising the Sega CD version, I guess, but it says coming soon for Genesis and Game Gear. So.
Yeah. But you see, it is Sony. It's a Sony game.
Yeah, and it's based on the movie.
Right. This is Bob.
Bob.
Yeah.
It's
B.O.B..
Bob. It's the name of the game is Bob.
Yeah. It's an Electronic Arts game.
I mean, it looks sort of like a side-scrolling shooter. I mean, I'm into that kind of stuff.
It's like kind of a running gun.
I've never heard of it, though. Have you played it?
I've not. Oh.
First Shining Force. Now, I played this game on Virtual Console.
Is it one of the first Genesis games on Virtual Console that you got?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so, and I did play all the way through it. It was good. Do you know how much it goes for these days? Like, I would get a complete copy.
Maybe like 35 or something, 35, 40.
I would consider getting a copy of this.
Yeah, the second game was supposed to be a lot better. I've
never played the second. I mean, I remember liking it decently well.
This was like this was before the Shining name was like a big thing, and
right.
it was pitched as the sequel to Shining in the Darkness, which is the first-person dungeon crawler.
So this kind of established Shining branching out into other sorts of, I don't want to say genres, but other sort of RPG formats. Because then there's like Shining Wisdom is like sort of an Ys-like sort of.
Right. What I always thought is interesting about this is it's a Camelot series game.
I always forget that, which is wild.
Yeah, I mean,
you can really see in it,
like Golden Sun. There's so much.
You can see a lot of the Golden Sun style in it.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that. But Shine in the Darkness is not Camelot, is that?
I don't know.
Shining game? Maybe they are Camelot.
I
don't
Shining
know.
in the Darkness. We can check it out. That's just the maps.
Maps, yeah. It's pretty cool to see a game I play. Cool spot.
You gave me this game.
Did I?
Yeah, you had that copy of it and you didn't want it.
Yeah.
You gave it to me.
I kind of forgot. That sounds vaguely familiar.
It's considered a decent game.
Yeah.
It's
7 Up.
Yeah, Shining Entertainment did it.
Oh, that's right. That's
David
right.
Perry.
That is right.
Oh, is this?
What do we got here?
Is this Desert Strike or
Jungle Strike?
It's a sequel. It's kind of a big deal. Jungle Strike or Desert Strike was pretty good, and this was the sequel. So this magazine came out. I might have this magazine. I might have gotten this at CES 2003.
Ah.
Because I remember specifically getting a copy of EGM that was hot off the presses at CES 1993, and it had Jungle Strike on the cover.
Now, didn't you stream a little bit of a PlayStation game in this series?
Nuclear
It was
Strike.
pretty rough.
Yes. It is the greatest hits, though. Maybe it was Soviet Strike. Then there was Nuclear Strike, and I think Nuclear Strike.
MiG-29 looks like
Never played that.
Flight simulator.
Yeah. Flight simulators back in the day didn't really do anything. There's one game for the Genesis that was a flight sim that I liked called the F-22 Interceptor.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time...
That was a weird noise.
I know, it's like... I don't know.
Sound like a dinosaur.
I just didn't really care. Like I thought it was cool that you could go anywhere because of like the polygons.
Yeah, I mean I've never been huge into these kinds of games.
And F-15 Strike Eagle is like more like I associate it more with the computer game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is that?
Pugsy.
Pugsy.
This is a Psygnosis game, I believe.
Psygnosis. I'm trying to think.
Shadow of the Beast and.
I know the name.
They did Shadow of the Beast.
I don't really know Shadow of the Beast very well. I know you've got it, but.
They did a whole bunch of games. They're more like PC.
Oh, did they do Valis?
No. Valis was published by Renovation, which was I can't think of what they're called. Same people did Wolf. Not the people that. Forget it. But I'm pretty sure this is Psygnosis. I mean, it has that Psygnosis style, so it's got to be.
Is it Western or Japanese?
It's European.
European, okay. I mean, this art kind of makes me think of like a Japanese. You
Psygnosis.
play as this guy?
Yeah.
Like, is he like an anthropomorphic volcano? Like, what is he?
I don't know what he's supposed to be. Does it tell you?
If you're tired of swinging swords, rescuing princesses, fighting dragons, and casting spells, you'll want to take note of Pugsy by Psygnosis. This comic action card is always fun. Always fun. Often hilarious, but not always. And offers solid challenges for action and puzzle/maze gamers alike. Pugsy features crisp, colorful graphics, wonderful music, and great sound effects. It even has a special junior level for younger gamers. The star of the game is Pugsy, an alien who has had his spaceship stolen by raccoons. Well, that explains it.
Yeah.
That explains
He's an alien.
Okay. Never heard of it.
Oh, here's Bob?
Here's Bob, okay. I mean, this looks like a game I could get into.
Yeah.
Just judging, if I was just looking at magazine screenshots, I'd be like, I want to know more, but I've not heard anyone talk about it, so I wonder if it's any good. Might be a bit of a hidden gem.
Maybe. I've never played it. I'm familiar with it. I mean, I knew it when I saw it.
Yeah,
I think you'll notice this a lot. And I'll be saying like, oh, it's this.
But you've never played it.
Yeah, or you've never heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, we should do the same thing with N64 era Nintendo powers.
Sure,
that would be fun.
But I might surprise you. Oh, here's one. Here's one.
Oh man, Rocket Knight Adventure. So this was, I guess, was it new in '93?
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy to see a game that has gone on to have be so recognized to just be past the middle of this magazine.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if at the time they didn't really think maybe this isn't that big of a deal.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I've been aware for a long time, vaguely aware of Sparkster.
Right.
I knew he made cameos in like the Super Nintendo Mystical Ninja games and stuff like that. But I never realize when people were telling me when I first got my Genesis, people kept saying get Rocket Knight Adventures. Like that is like a game right up your alley. And I didn't realize. I don't think I realized.
Right?
I don't think I didn't realize that first. I mean, I didn't even look at any pictures of it. I didn't realize until I bought the game. I saw it, I'm like, oh, Rocket Knight Adventures. That's a game people tell me about. I didn't even realize until I picked it up that Sparkster, that was Sparkster. I just didn't. I had no idea.
You knew the name.
I knew the name. I knew Sparkster. I didn't know this was Sparkster's main game.
Yep.
It's not the game called Sparkster, or the games plural called Sparkster because they're different games. Now, I loved this. I got the Genesis Sparkster and the Super Nintendo Sparkster after I played it, and I haven't played through those yet. But exclusive to our patrons, I do want to do a video. I'll say. I'm not saying the video will be exclusive, but I'm just telling exclusively to patrons. I've been planning for a long time to do a video on the whole series, including the PS3 360 downloadable game that
nobody is talking about.
But you know what was interesting? I thought, I didn't realize actually until you did your Bucky O'Hare video. I wasn't too sure when this came out, but I bet this was like the last game that the Treasure people made before going to Treasure. But no, this was like Treasure already existed when this game came out. But there are so many elements that feel so Treasure-like just the pacing of the scenario, how over the top things get. You've got the bosses here made out, you've got limbs made out of circles, like Contra 3. Some of those people went on to Treasure, I think. I'm sure there was maybe some cross influence between people at Konami who, stayed.
Right.
Because you can see so many elements. Like, it's really got that over-the-top style that Treasure games are really known for, but some of that talent clearly remained at Konami.
Mm-hmm.
But absolutely amazing game. It would probably be my favorite Genesis game if Contra Hardcore didn't have co-op. But it's practically tied for my favorite Genesis game. It is amazing.
Baseball.
Baseball. I mean, I went through a baseball phase when I was a kid.
So Wrath of the Gods, I assume, it is not an Electronic Arts game. But I mean, I think that it's kind of riding on... It's a part of a PC game. It's very much like Populous. For a second there, I thought, like, maybe is Wrath of the Gods a sequel to Populous? I don't think there was, like, a Populous 2 on the Genesis. Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah. That was a thing at a time.
Yeah.
Save the planet, save the whales, save $50 on a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack.
It comes with Sonic 2 and the Majors Pro Baseball. And a carrying case, which is, like it's certainly not portable if you're you're going on vacation with that thing. Or you're taking this thing. They're 2 games. Ugh, we don't need to talk about more of
Game Gear Dracula.
Oh, this is the Game Gear Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have any Game Gears games yet, but I want to get a consoleized Game Gear. You know, kind of similar to PC Engine. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it, but it's something I want. You know.
Yeah. There's the Tengen again.
Game Gear.
Tengen. I used to always say Tengen, but I don't know if it's Tengen or Tension.
Look at this like composite capture of this Game Gear game. How do you think they did that?
I don't know. I mean, that's what they're doing here too. I mean,
Yeah.
It's definitely
Hook.
Yeah.
You know, people. I mean, hate on the Hook movie, and I mean, it's been a long time since I saw it. But when I was younger and I saw it, I remember liking it.
I saw it in the theater and remember being disappointed. I don't think I've seen it again since. I may have seen like the first 20 or so minutes of it.
I mean, I don't, going into it, I don't think I knew it was a Steven Spielberg movie or anything.
Yeah, but
like
if you watch
that,
it
so
now,
I
it
didn't-
feels very much like a Steven.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have any expectations. I just thought, hey, this is a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's also got Bob Hoskins in it. Bob Hoskins is Smee, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I think so, yeah. Jeopardy! Look how young Alex Trebek looks.
Yeah. It's got some gray though, still a little bit. I like the Jeopardy.
I had Jeopardy on the Genesis, or not the Genesis, the NES. I kind of want to get it again.
Maybe you'll see it. WrestleMania. This is kind of I was probably out of wrestling by this point, but I still liked. No, once I got into junior high and stuff, that's when I started. I mean, I would watch the Saturday night main event, which would be on instead of SNL once a month.
Oh, yeah. I don't have much wrestling background other than occasionally I'd play some N64 wrestling games with friends, but it was never a big thing. So,
Cool
Cool
Spot.
Spot, is this the Genesis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Virgin Games. It's Shining Entertainment. So this is the...
Oh, they got a comic.
Yeah, Sonic. But I think this is right out of the actual comic you could buy.
Okay. Well, I mean, they've still got this stuff. I don't know if it's the same series, but there's, I think it's Archie Comics that puts out Sonic and Mega Man comics now.
Mm-hmm.
That I hear people say that it's actually pretty darn good.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no interest.
Yeah. I still haven't read, but I got a volume compilation of their Mega Man comic, the first volume of Mega Man, and it's supposed to it's like a comic version of the original Mega Man, which is pretty cool, right? But I still haven't read it. I'm not a big comics person.
Yeah, I was when I was a kid, but not
not comic book comics. I read Garfield and Calvin and Hobbes as a kid.
Yeah,
but not comic book comics. I think
of those not as more comics. Those are more the funnies.
The funnies, yeah. I read the funnies as a kid, but I never read comic books. But I've actually still got all my Garfield compilation. I feel so embarrassed. I liked Garfield a lot as a kid.
Yeah, that's a pretty long comic. Games on tap. Here's what we got coming up. Oh, is this the Sega Channel maybe?
Oh,
is this about
imagine having access to an entire library of video games straight off your cable 24 hours a day. Sound like science fiction? Well, read on. Starting with a test market in fall '93, cable viewers will be able to subscribe to the Sega Channel, a game player's dream come true. The Sega Channel will offer subscribers an extraordinary value. A well-stocked and constantly updated library of the hottest top-quality games. You won't even have to take your slippers off to try out new games. They'll be downloaded directly to your Genesis. At this time, I would have looked at that and been like, what's downloading mean?
Not me. I maybe, I don't know. I maybe
never thought about it. This is 93? I don't think I would have known what downloading was in 93.
I mean, I would have known because I was using Prodigy at the time, but... Yeah, I had the Sega Channel for 2 times. I remember playing Mega Man: The Wily Wars. Thinking man, this is so much better than the NES, NES games. I don't need the NES games.
So you had Sega Channel?
Yep.
I don't think I knew that.
I didn't have it I had it twice for a month each time.
But it wasn't very long lived.
No, I don't think so.
A little too far ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was neat though.
Like, how many games could you store on that pack?
But they don't store them. You choose from a list, and it just.
How long does it take to load it then?
Not long. It didn't take long at all.
So you can't like play the games unless
You have a list of games, and you can pretty much choose it, and it plays like right away.
Okay, but it doesn't like store it on the cartridge so you can play it after you're disconnected.
I don't know. It just like runs right into your cable line. It like chains through. Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
What is this?
Get cherry-fied. I don't know. Oh, cherry Coke?
Cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke might be like my favorite cola.
I don't know. Cheer wine. Which you'd only know.
Which is very close to Cherry Coke, though.
It is a cherry soda, but most people don't know that unless they live in the Carolinas.
Right.
I meant to bring a case of cheer wine with me. I thought your wife might like to try it.
Yeah, I think that she would have been into it. You messed up.
I know. I forgot. Is this more letters?
This is behind the scenes. Chicon. Oh, look, we got Green Dog.
Green Dog.
That's my favorite. One of my favorite Game Sack segments about Green Dog.
That guy don't look like a green dog.
He's Green Dog, the beach surfer dude, right here. Look at it.
Green Dog.
Yeah.
Huh.
Designed by this guy.
Oh yeah.
Like, maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
The beached surfer dude.
That's the name of the game. Is Green Dog. It's not a good game either. Designed by Rick Green.
Oh.
Rick Green, the creator of Green Dog.
Why is there no green in the character design?
Because his friends probably call him, his name
Green Dog.
Yeah.
So he's himself.
I think so. See, how did Green Dog character come about? I picked up the nickname in junior high. The character is like a caricature of myself.
So what do you do in Green Dog?
It's just a
Surfing game?
platformer.
Oh, okay. Green Dog.
How did Sega become involved? I went to Sega and presented the character to them. After focus testing it, they decided it would make a good character for a video game. If only it was that easy.
Yeah. What does the future hold for Green Dog? Like I said earlier, the Green Dog animated movie will be out next year. Did that actually happen?
No.
It didn't?
In the meantime, I'm coming out with a line of t-shirts. If Green Dog t-shirts exist, I want one. An outdoor waterboard game and a lot of cool water toys.
We should find out whatever happened to Green Dog. I hope he's still around.
Green Dog. If you haven't seen that Game Sack segment, I don't remember which one it's in. Oh, here he is again.
What does it say? Sega Visionaries.
I don't know. They're just cheats, codes, tips and tricks.
Totally Sonic.
Oh, look at this. Sonic underwear.
Oh, wow. Did you ever have some?
No.
Did you want some?
No. I was... Sonic 2, it's going to be controversial opinion, was a letdown to me. And
You were never a big Sonic guy.
I love the first one. I highly enjoy Sonic CD. Sonic 2 is like, I don't really care.
It's okay.
And Sonic 3, I didn't even buy it until like years and years later.
Sonic stickers and trading cards. Sonic remote controlled vehicle.
Yeah.
Sonic video game gloves. You can keep Sonic close at hands while you play your favorite game. The padded thumb and leather palm design will soon have you playing as fast as Sonic. These are game enhancing gloves.
Well, not only that, but I mean, I don't feel like Sonic is very tough on your thumbs.
No. It's a one button game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess who's spending the summer at Howard Johnson? You got it, Sonic the Hedgehog. And if you play your cards right, you will too. Just tell your parents when...
I have this. I have the videotape. They had a videotape about this.
Oh.
I may have digitized
Is
it.
Howard Johnson still around? I feel like I haven't seen one forever.
Me either. Oh, here's another Flying Edge and Arena. Arena was like another version of Acclaim. At least as far as I know. Hopefully I'm not messing that up. Oh, here's some quick...
La Russia?
No, it's like Tony
La
La
Russa?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's Genesis Hook.
King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters is a port of a Neo Geo game.
Is it Godzilla?
Yeah, it's based on the idea of that, yeah.
Oh, but it's not Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh, Toys. That's the Robin Williams movie. They looked like it was supposed to be like really kid friendly, and then it's crazy and creepy.
Journey from Darkness, Strider Returns.
This is a US Gold sequel to... I don't know how it happened. That would be something might be interesting to like research, is how US Gold got the rights to make a sequel to Strider. Which is not good.
Game Gear Paperboy.
Yeah.
It's flipped. Why is it reversed?
I don't know, but look at that border around it too. I wonder how they... I don't know.
I wonder if that's like actually like that in the game. That'd be kind of weird.
I mean, the score is the right direction.
Yeah. Wolfchild?
Yeah.
The Humans. Survival of the Hippest.
Yeah, that's...
They don't look very hip.
It almost looks like another Psygnosis game. But I don't think
Is it Game Gear? Look at the size of the screenshots make me think it's Game Gear.
No, but I don't think it's Game Gear, but I mean, if you look at the graphics, I feel like it's like a UK developed game. But maybe not.
Jester Cheetah. Oh, there's funky tribal bongo music. The main feature.
Blaster Master 2.
That game, like that's a game that I want to say, how bad could it be? You know, people say it's bad, but I've looked at videos of it. And, you know, I try to be open-minded, and I have to agree, it does look pretty bad. It does look pretty bad. And it's a shame, but it does look pretty bad.
So this thing over here, okay?
What is this?
So this was in a lot of magazines at the time.
The Ultimate Gaming Rig.
Where you fill out this word list, and you send money in.
You send money.
To like enter, you fill it all out.
You have to pay money to enter.
Yes. And then you get a second thing, and you send money each time. And I did it. I did the second puzzle. I got it. And I thought that I made it to the final round. And I think that everybody made it to the final round, but at the time, I thought it was just me and one other person.
Really?
I was like... Yeah, there was a time where I was so convinced
you were going to get that
I was going to win this. And the day that they were supposed to announce, they said we're going to announce the winner by this date. I had all my friends over. We ordered it wasn't even in 93. It was way earlier than this. Because this had been going on for several years. And we were just hung around playing games and eating pizza and stuff and playing all day, just waiting for that phone to ring.
That's depressing.
I know. I thought for sure I was going to win this. You know what? And it's funny because I totally forgot about that until we just came to this page. I forgot that even happened.
That's hilarious.
I mean, look at that. What kind of kid would not want this?
It's so weird that it's computer and Genesis. What's this? I mean, this rack of crap? What is all that? It's like a tape deck?
There's a receiver, there's a CD player, a tape deck, there's another tape deck, some games down here, Genesis 2. Obviously, I think that's a TurboGrafx 16 game.
Wow.
This computer. It's $18,000 of stuff. It's a Pioneer TV. I wonder if that's a pretty good TV.
Man.
But I was so convinced that I was going to win that. And it's crazy. I repressed that memory, I guess, until just right now.
Do you remember like how you felt
remember-
that night?
Yeah, I was really upset, obviously. That
You need to do some research and find out who won it. What
But
if there's an article out there that says second runner up Corey Carlson did not win anything.
No, I don't know. I bet you will come back. This is like
we
all
tried
a
calling
scam.
the winner Corey Carlson, but he didn't answer the phone. So,
Yes,
Joe Blow from Indiana won instead.
maybe. the last thing was you had to create your own puzzle and get the highest possible, like the highest possible score you could get. Of you have to create a puzzle, creating like what's the highest possible score you can get from creating a puzzle. That's that.
That's great.
Oh, look at these are like prices for what they sell for, or yeah, you can order them. You can order these games
just buy
directly.
them.
Look at these. Look at this. These prices.
They're all over the place. Like Decap Attack is only $23.
I know, but Forgotten Worlds is $63.
Alicia Dragoon is
What's this down here?
$65.
Strider is $76.50.
Games can be expensive these days, but all in all, like we're doing so much better on game prices now. Like retro games, of course, can vary wildly, but like modern games, like, considering we're under the peak of some of this, and especially when you factor in inflation, like we're not paying that much money for new games.
That's true.
If you really think about it. Cartridges were expensive.
Jaguar. A lot of people call it. I don't know if it's like a pronunciation thing. It's like in different parts of the world, but I always call it Jaguar. I thought that's how you say it, but how many people out there say Jaguar?
Jaguar?
Yeah, a lot of people say Jaguar.
Jaguar.
No,
I say Jaguar.
A lot of people say Jaguar.
I don't think I've heard that.
I've heard that a ton.
Jaguar.
But I don't know if it's just what it is, what the deal is.
Ooh, they're hiding Arrow the Acrobat. Big reveal.
Sunsoft, because it's a big deal that Sunsoft was going to be releasing a game on the Genesis.
Yeah, I had the SNES version of Arrow the Acrobat. Didn't play much of it. I didn't like it very much. That's
it.
That's it.
Another RBI baseball.
All right, so that is Sega Visions, June, July, 1993.
I had just finished with 7th grade.
I actually lived here, in this area where we are right now, where you live near Cincinnati, Ohio. I lived about 30 minutes from here at that time.
Isn't that crazy?
But I was just playing NES and Game Boy.
And here we are looking at this.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right.